I'm Kristen Soltis Anderson. I'm the author of The Selfie Vote, Where Millennials Are Leading America and How Republicans Can Keep Up. And I'm going to be talking about where I think the next generation of Americans, those born in the 1980s and 1990s, who are now becoming adults, sort of all the way up into their 30s, what are the values that matter to them? What are the ways that they're living their lives in making different choices than their grandparents or parents' generation? And we're going to talk about what this means for our elections. How are the new ways that young people are building their lives influencing the new ways they think about politics? In the last two presidential elections, young voters were 18% of all voters and 19% of all voters respectively. That under 30 group actually grew in size and importance during the 2012 election. This year, with all of the candidates who are running, polls show that young voters are really frustrated and a little bit disappointed. But nonetheless, because so many have been activated to be a part of the process, it would not surprise me if you continued to see young voters making up almost 1 out of every 5 votes cast. And also bear in mind that the millennial generation now stretches up into the early to mid-30s, because there are some millennials who have been voting since about the 2004 election. So you will have millennials making up about a quarter of the electorate overall, which will have huge implications for who takes back the White House. One of the most wonderful things that the media loves to talk about during election season, because it's our guide to what's coming up next, how the upcoming elections might turn out. And especially in a primary season that's as exciting as this one, we sort of can't keep up with the number of polls that are coming out in all of the different states that are about to have primaries. I always encourage people to focus on statewide polls during the primary process. There will be a lot of national polls out there, but they're not as important at this stage of the game. And particularly as we get closer to the November election, you'll also want to focus on statewide polls in key swing states, places like Ohio, Florida, Pennsylvania, Colorado.